Hey, Super Duper Gamer here, and today I'm playing Deep Space D-6. This is a one-player only game where you're commanding a ship that has been lost in enemy territory. You'll have to roll your dice and assign your crew to fight off countless threats and keep the ship alive, and then defeat the final boss, the Ouroboros capital ship. As you can see already, it comes in a very small box with a very small footprint on the table. Now this game is designed for solitaire play only, which is perfect for me, so let's play. Alright, what you're looking at now is actually the entirety of the game. This is everything that comes in the box. So you've got the box, you've got 4 ships to choose from. Each has its own little board with some rules written on the back. You've got your rule book, which is only about 10 pages long. You've got one slip here to keep your returned infirmary crew, a 48 card threat deck, a 6 card boss, 6 crew dice, and 1 threat die. That's it, that's everything. So all you need to do for setup is choose a ship, draw your first 2 threats. Here's an interior threat, so it goes over here. And this is an exterior threat, it goes over here. And now that's it, setup's done, and we're ready to play. Alright, the game takes about 30 minutes to play, and it's played over a lot of rounds, but the rounds go very, very quickly. Here on the back of the rule book, you'll see a breakdown. First, we gotta roll all available crew dice, so we do that. Okay, now immediately lock in any threats detected dice. We got 2, so those go up here. Once we get 3, we'll spawn a new threat. Alright, if the scanners are full, draw a new threat card, then return the threat detected dice. It's not, there's still an empty spot. Okay, assign crew to stations missions. So now we look at our dice and we see we've got 2 medical crew and 2 science crew. And we look on our ship and we see that the medical crew can return all units from the infirmary. We don't have any units in the infirmary. Or return a threat detected. So we'll go ahead and use 2 dice there to return 2 threats detected. Okay, so we got those guys back. And the science guys can recharge shields or do a stasis beam. Well, our shields are full, so we can go ahead and use them to stasis beam, which means we're going to make it so that the Raiders threat action and the Invaders threat action cannot occur this round. Okay, step 4, draw a new threat card. Interceptor, it's got 3 health, so we'll stick it right here. As you attack these, they move down and fall off, right? 5, roll threat die and resolve matching threats. So now we roll the threat die, and it's a 1. So now you look at your threats, and in order, left to right, top to bottom, you do any of them that match the value on the threat die. Right here, the interceptor, a 1 matches, and it says -1 hull. Now here on your ship, you have 2 stats. You have hull and shields. So whenever the threats always attack the hull, but if you have shields, the damage gets absorbed by the shields. So the shields will just go down by 1. Okay, and then step 6, gather available crew. These guys are returned, so they're available. All these guys are just using stasis beam, so they're available. And these guys are available. Examples of crew that would not be available are if we had any threats detected dice, those are not available. Or if we had someone in the infirmary, that die is not available. Okay, and then we just do that over and over and over again until we win or lose the game. The goal of the game is to run through the entire threat deck and then defeat the boss. And we also have to have no external threats remaining. So on the right here, these are our external threats. On the left, these are our internal threats. And you'll see how those differ as I play through the game. Okay, moving on to round 2. Once you get in a rhythm, this game just starts clicking real fast. And that's what I love about this game, is the energy it has, the momentum it has. Okay, we got 2 threats detected. We've got an engineer, a commander, a science officer, and a medical crew. So the commander we can use to change the crew die, change a crew die to any face. The engineer we can use to repair the hull, but our hull is already at full health. Medical, again, we can use it to return a threat detected. Yes, go ahead and do that. And the science officer can recharge shields or use the stasis beam. We're only missing 1 shield, so it might be more beneficial at this point to use the stasis beam. Perhaps on the Raiders, because they ignore shields. So if we can keep our hull at full health, that'll help us, because it's really easy to recharge the shields with those science officers. But now, what should we do with this? We don't need the engineer, and our commander, let's just turn it into anything. So let's actually turn it into a tactics officer, so we can fire lasers. Now the first one only does 1 damage. If we had more tactics officers, we could do 2 damage for each additional tactics placed here. But we only have 1, so we're going to do 1 damage, and we're going to do it to the raider, so they fall down. Now over here you see the invaders. This is an internal threat. We can't do damage to them. We have to send 2 tactics officers on an away mission in order to get rid of that threat. Okay, once you're done assigning your dice, you draw a new threat card. We got a strike bomber here, and then you roll the threat die. 3, and then you check. No 3. This has a 3, -1 hull. Okay. This has a 3, -1 hull. Send a unit to the infirmary. Alright, so the hull goes down 1 again. And then we have to send a unit to the infirmary. It doesn't really matter at all who we send. And then we collect all our dice. Now this is still up here as a threat detected, so that's not an available crew. These are available. This is available. It was just a stasis beam, right? This one that was returned is available, but this one that's in the infirmary, not available. So now I only have 4 dice to roll for this next round. Got another threat detected, a commander, and 2 tactics. Now I'm going to use these 2 tactics to go on the away mission to take out these invaders. That was an internal threat, so they're going to go over here on the return, and this threat now will get discarded. And then you don't have to use all your dice. Obviously, change a crew die to any face. That's not going to do anything for me right now, so this commander is entirely not being used, and that's fine. We got a fighter. When you get something where its position's already taken, it just goes to the right of it. 6. No, no, no. Oh, the raiders have a 6. -1 hull ignores shield. Alright, so we're just going to take that down 1. And then collect our crew dice. Tactics Science Engineer. Let's go ahead and recharge the shields. Back to 4. Take out the raiders. So that gets discarded. And the engineer, yeah, we can use that to repair the hull. Another internal threat, the robot uprising. On a 1, 2, or 3, it'll send a unit to the infirmary, and it takes an engineer to do the away mission. We got a 3, so send a unit to the infirmary. And over here, -1 hull. -1 hull, send a unit to the infirmary. And nothing there. Okay, now collect our available units. We only have 1. An engineer. Well, we can knock out the robot uprising. Draw some space pirates. Roll the threat die. 6. Space pirates -2 hull. Takes our shields down to 0. Alright, available dice. Still only have 1. Got a tactics, so we can use that, I guess, to go ahead and take out a fighter. Why not? That would be good. Okay, we got an internal threat that's good. If we roll a 6, we can return a threat detected, but we got a 5. All right, so -1 hull over here. Our shields are down, so we got to take the hull damage. Got an engineer. What can he do? He can repair the hull? I guess I don't really have any options here. Assault cruiser. 5, yep, -2 hull. 5, -1 hull. And that's it. Alright, roll the crew again. Still only got 1. Commander, he does nothing for me. Hijackers. Alright, roll the threat die. So here, this is an external threat where you can kill it the normal way by attacking it, or you can send 2 commanders out on an away mission to get rid of it. Alright, I rolled a 1. So let's see, interceptor -1. And that's it. Gather crew, roll crew. I got threat, okay, there we go, threat detected. So now these get set aside and a new threat pops out because 3 threat detected dice. And we got don't panic, nothing happens. It's actually really convenient right now. But now I have no dice to do anything with, so now we move on to drawing a threat, and it's a level 3 scout. If you lost hull this round, lose 1 additional hull. Okay. Roll the threat die. 3, -1 hull. Yes, we lost hull this round, so lose 1 additional hull. -1 hull, send the unit to the infirmary. And -2 hull. And we're dead. Well, that sucked. Let's try that again. Alright, I've got a fresh shuffle on the threat deck. Let's see if we can't make this a little better this time. Alright, for setup, we draw the first 2 threats, Scout and Mercenary. Alright, no threats activated this round. If no threats activate, we get -2 hull, and if we do lose hull, we lose an additional hull. This is a pretty bad combo to start with, but that's alright, I have faith. I have faith. Alright, let's go. Roll the dice. We got a threat detected. And let's see what we got for a crew. 4 science officers and a tactics. So, okay, we're gonna stasis beam the scout and the mercenary. And these guys are doing nothing, and we'll tactics the mercenary for 1 damage. Draw a new threat. Don't panic. Roll the threat die. It doesn't really matter because we don't have any threats with dice results on them. Okay, gather your available crew and roll. 2 more threats detected. Okay, so now we get a new threat. These get set aside. Boost morale. It's an internal threat, and it's actually a good one. Alright, we've got engineering, science, and tactics. So we're going to tactics for 1 hit on him. We're going to science the stasis beam here. And that should be good. We'll see what happens with this new threat. Don't panic, nothing happens. Okay. So this he doesn't activate, therefore he doesn't do any damage, and we did not lose hull, so we don't lose an additional hull. Okay, we're doing all right, and we get all these dice back. So we've got 6. We've got all 6 crew with us now. Okay, 1 threat detected. 2 commanders, a science, and 2 medical. All right, we should be able to do something with this. Science, we can stasis beam. Well, stasis beam this guy, because we're going to science both these to tactics. Alright, so now we've got 3 damage. The damage can be split up, but we don't really need it to because we're going to send the first damage here, discard that, and then the 2 damage is going to go on this scout. And that's all our crew, so draw a new threat. Raiders. Okay, and roll the threat die. Whoops. I got a 2. So the Raiders do not have a 2, so nothing happens. Okay, gather my crew. I've got 5 because 1 die is up there on threat detected. Looks like we got 2 more threats detected. A medical, an engineer, and a tactics. Alright, so that's 3 threats detected, so we'll draw a new threat. These will get set aside. An assault cruiser, level 4. Engineer can't do anything yet. Medical can't do anything. Tactics, we can do 1 damage, so let's go ahead and hit the scout with it to get him off the board. Now draw a new threat. Pandemic. It's an internal threat, and if it triggers, it will send a unit to the infirmary, which we saw last game is a really bad situation. So we're going to try to not let our units get sent to the infirmary. It's an away mission that a science officer or a medical officer can complete. Roll the threat die. 2, good. It's not a 1. Actually, nothing has a 2. So we have all 6 crew dice. Oh, just about lost 1 there. Alright, looks like we got 3 commanders, 2 science, and 1 medical. So we can do whatever we want with 3 of these dice anyway. So I think we're just gonna attack. We're gonna go all tactics. How much does that give us? 5? But our enemies have 6. So let's go ahead and do 2 to him and 3 to him. Ooh, I should have done the pandemic. Oh wait, shield platform protects external threats. So now I can't damage any external threats until I destroy this shield platform. Roll the threat die, it's a 5. Okay, we're safe there. 2, -2 hull, no big deal. I've got the shields to eat that up. Alright, all 6 crew. Good roll, no threats detected. So we've got 2 commanders, a tactics, a medical, an engineer, and a science. Now I'm actually going to do this. So let's send our medical officer over here on the away mission to get rid of that pandemic. Let's use the science officer to recharge shields. And we can use the commander to turn this engineer into another tactics crew, at which point we have 3 damage, so we'll do 1, oh wait, we can't do that, with 3 damage to kill the shield platform. So now it's unprotected, but we don't have, anyway, all we have is another commander, we can't do any damage with him. Okay, let's draw a new threat. Assault cruiser, 4 health. Alright, we've seen those before, it's right there. Okay, gather, oh no wait, roll threat die. 5. That triggers both of them, -2 hull, -2 hull. But we have 4 shields, so we're just gonna take our shields to 0. Okay, we've got 6 crew. 1 threat detected. But we have a medical officer, so we can use that to return a threat detected. So that's gonna go over here. And we've got tactics, the engineers we don't need any hull repaired. So we can use the commander. Let's see, we've got 5 out here, so if we use, we only have 1 commander, so we can only do this, and now we have 3 attacks, so we'll get rid of him, that's 1, and then spend the other 2 on this assault cruiser, and do nothing with our engineer. Okay, draw a threat, it's a fighter with 1 health, roll the threat die, 5, that's -2 hull, and we're out of shields, so our hull drops to 6, the fighter does not have a 5, okay. We've got all 6 crew though, so that's good. And I'm going to use the science officer right away to recharge that shield, because I was wishing I had that last round. Okay, and let's see what else we've got here. 2 medical, I don't think those are going to be good for anything. Tactics, definitely want that. And we're going to use the commander to turn a medical into a tactics. So we've got 1 damage on the first tactics, and then 2 on the second one. We get rid of both of those external threats. And the engineer can go down here and actually do 1 hull repair, because we have hull damage. And then the medical officer will do nothing. Okay, draw a threat, don't panic, nothing happens. Sweet, roll the threat die. Oh yeah, we could actually get the boost morale. Okay, 3, nope, so gather and roll all crew. 1 threat detected, 2 medical, 2 tactics, and a commander. But we don't have anything to attack. So all we can do is use the commander to get an engineer to repair that hull damage, and then we're all set. Oh no, we got medical, return a threat detected, there we go. Now everything's perfect, it can't get any better at this point. We've got full hull, full shields, and all our crew. Don't panic, nothing happens. Okay, all of those being in a row like that seems like not such a good thing, because that means there's not going to be any later, and we're going to get bombarded by enemies. But we'll see. Okay, roll the threat die. Got a 5. Gather and roll all through. 1 threat detected. We've got a medical to get rid of it. See, don't panic is really not good right now, because I could do so much with this roll, but I don't have anything to attack. So I'm just sitting here doing nothing. We can use the medical to return the threat detected, and that's it. Now I'm done, and I have to draw. All right, here's a bounty ship with 4 hit points. So there, now we got something to attack. Roll the threat die. 3, good. Okay, 3 does nothing. Gather and roll all crew. 2 threats detected. Oh, that's the worst, because now I've got 2 crews stuck up here until I pull them down, or we get a 3rd one. And that really hurts, just losing those dice. Oh, but look, I've got the medical officers, so I'll use both of them to return both of those. 1 tactics does 1 hit, and that's it. Draw a new threat. It's a fighter with 1 hit point. Roll the threat die. It's a 2, so it goes top to bottom. They both have 2s. First you do this one. Destroy all shields, -1 hull. Now you do this one, -1 hull. Okay, notice if we had done them in the opposite order, it would have been more advantageous for the player, but you're specifically supposed to do them left to right, top to bottom. So there we go. Gather all crew. At least we still have all 6 of our dice. 2 threats detected, 3 engineers, and a science officer. All right, science officer, boost the shields. Engineers, fix the hull, and that's it. Draw a threat. 4 health hijackers. This is the one where you have the option to complete it as an away mission, or just destroy it as a regular external threat. And we rolled a 1. Destroy all shields, -1 hull. Okay. We only have 4 crew dice. Oh, there we go. Now we're gonna get 6 dice next time. Okay, so a new but we do have to draw a new threat because the scanner system is full. Strike bomber has 2 hit points, and we've got 2 engineers and medical. Really wish it was a science. Medical can't do anything for us because we don't have anything in the infirmary or no threats detected. Yeah, we can repair the hole. I guess that's it. Now draw a threat. It's an internal threat, cosmic existentialism. Must be completed before assigning any other science crew, and it takes one science officer on an away mission to complete that. Okay, roll the threat die. A 4. Okay, so 4 minus 2 hull. And 4 minus 1 hull. Send a unit to the infirmary. And 4 minus 1 hull. That was a tough hit. We need to start taking some of these guys out. Big time. Okay, so now we have 5 crew dice. Should be enough. Hopefully we get a medical officer to get this guy out of the infirmary because we need him. Oh boy. Okay, we got 4 threats detected. So the first 3, fill it up, they get returned, and we draw a threat. It's a flagship. And then this one gets stuck up here. And now all we have is a science officer, but we cannot recharge our shields because we've got cosmic existentialism. So we have to complete that before assigning a science crew anywhere else. So he's going to go on that away mission, which completes it, but leaves us pretty open, pretty vulnerable to attack. All right, 2 health raiders. Roll the threat die. It's a 3. No 3s, no 3s, no 3s. There's no 3s anywhere on here. Okay, lucky roll for us. All right, but we still have this guy stuck in the infirmary, so we only have 4 dice. 2 medics, a science officer, and a tactics crew. So we're gonna return all units from the infirmary. We're gonna return a threat detected. We're going to recharge the shields, and we're gonna do 1 damage. I guess to the fighter, just because we can knock him off the board, so that seems like it would be the most helpful thing right now. Comms offline. You may not assign commanders anywhere, and it takes an engineer to go out there and fix the comms. Roll the threat die. 5. Minus 2 hull. Minus 3 hull. 1, 2, 3. That's it. This is getting dangerous. Yeah. Okay. But we have all 6 dice. 1 threat detected. 4 commanders. Oh, I was going to say, great time being the comms are offline, but we do have the engineer to go on the away mission, fix the comms. Now we have 4 commanders, which means we get to use 2 to turn these 2 in whatever we want. We could get that die back, or we could do 3 damage and get rid of some of this stuff. Let's see. Destroy all shields? I think that's pretty bad. Let's go ahead and do that. 3 damage on him. Take him out. Alright. Internal threat. Panel explosion. You may not assign engineers until a medical officer fixes the panel. Okay, roll the threat die. It's a 1. I've got no 1s out here. So I have 5 crew dice. 1 threat detected, 2 medics, a tactics crew, and a science officer. He's going to recharge the shields, and the medics are going to get the threat detected guys back. Okay, so we got all 6 dice. We didn't take care of any threats, but we made progress. Strike bomber with 2 health. Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, fire lasers. I get to do 1 damage. I'm just going to do it on whatever. Okay, roll a threat die. 6. Boost morale. Return a threat detected, then discard. Okay. Well, I don't have any out there, but oh well. Minus 3 hull. Oh, I have shields. Good. I almost thought I lost again. Minus 1 hull ignores shields. Okay. Okay, so we have all 6 crew dice. 1 threat detected. Got an engineer. I can't assign engineers though unless a medic goes on that away mission, which they will. So we get rid of the panel explosion. We'll return the threat detected. And how about recharge the shields, repair the hull, and fire lasers. Get rid of that strike bomber. A Corsair with 2 health. Roll the threat die. 2. No 2s. We're all set, and we've got all our crew. So we do need to repair our hull, but we've got our shields up. 2 engineers. That's good. So we've got threat detected. Yeah, let's use these 2 engineers. It repairs. It's the same as the way the fire lasers work. It's 1 for the first engineer and then 2 for each additional engineer. So that's going to be 3. We'll bump us up from 3 to 6. We're going to do 3 damage, however we see fit. I really want to get this flagship off the board, so we're going to put it all on there. And then the science officer can stasis beam. Yeah, let's stasis beam the flagship, actually. Okay, new threat. Boarding ship. 4 health. Roll the threat die. 2. No 2s. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 crew. 2 threats detected, so these go in the returned, and we draw a new threat. Strike bomber with 2 HP. We got 2 commanders and an engineer. So we'll use the engineer to repair the hull and a commander to turn a commander into tactics for fire lasers and get rid of that flagship. It's a warbird with 1. Roll the threat die. 6. -1 ignores shields, so that's going to go straight to the hull. -2 hull, our shields will eat that. -3 hull ignores shields, so that's going to go from 6 to 3. Alright, we have all 6 crew. Now we've got, I think we're primed to actually start doing some good here with our crew. Nope, 3 threats detected. Those are going to go returned, and we draw a new threat. Interceptor with 3 HP. Usually it's not this hard, I promise, guys. Okay, stasis beam or recharge. We only have 2. Actually, yep, I'll just recharge shields, and I'll turn him into tactics to kill the warbird. A rescue mission for the soldier. Okay, so once I complete this, which is an away mission that requires a medical officer, then I have the soldier, and I can use him at any time to re-roll all threats detected rolled this round. Which, given that I've been doing a lot of rounds where I roll 3 threats detected, that could really come in handy. But when you draw a rescue mission, you do draw another threat right after it. And I got the orbital cannon. It starts with 1 HP. A 6. -1 hull ignores shields. -2 hull, my shields will take that. And that's it. Good, we're still alive. 2 threats detected. Okay, I don't have the soldier yet, actually. I have to do that rescue mission first. Oh, I got a lot of damage, though. 5 damage. So now we can take out the orbital cannon, and we can take out 2 of these. I'm going to take out this one, or actually, I'm going to take out both of these because I do not want to send units to the infirmary. Space pirates with 2 HP. Roll the threat die. 1. I have a 1 here for -1 hull, and that's it. All right, 4 crew. I need to get those threat detected crew back. I got engineer attacked. I got pretty much one of everything. I'm just missing the commander, so I'll just use them. Engineer, increase hull by 1. Science, recharge shields. Medical, return a threat detected. And tactics, fire lasers. What should I hit? How about that Corsair? Meteoroid. This starts with 4, and whenever you roll the 1, it takes 1 of its own hit points away. And when it falls off the map, it does 5 damage to me. So I need to keep an eye on that meteor. It will hit my ship whether or not I attack it. I can attack it to kill it early, or I can just let it come and hit me. 5. Hijackers, -2 hull. Interceptor, -1 hull. Corsair, -2 hull. There's 1. Ooh, okay. Dangerously low. Dangerously low. Wow, more. Did I never go on this rescue mission? I didn't, did I? I should have done that instead of returning a threat detected. Okay. So that fills that. We draw a new threat. Distracted. This immediately takes 1 of my crew. I'll give him the medical. Okay. Now, if I roll a 4 or 3, then I get to return this unit and discard this internal threat. So all I have is a science officer to recharge the shields and an engineer to repair the hull. I'm just barely staying alive, and that's all I'm doing. Alright, interceptor with 3 health. And roll the threat die. 6. I think that's a pretty good one. Oh, -1 hull ignored shields. -2 hull, but I have my shields. Good. -2 hull. So my shields are down, and I've got 2 hit points left on my hull. Okay, but I have 5 dice. I just have one guy that's out there being distracted. 3 commanders, a tactics, and a medicals. So I'm definitely going on this away mission to get the soldier. And I'm gonna use, I'll use him and I'll use the commander to change that one into another tactic. So I have 2 tactics, I have 3 damage. I'm gonna kill the Corsair and the Space Pirates. Because if the Space Pirates hit me, I would die. I have a feeling this might be it. Let's see, Destroyer, 2 HP, roll the threat die. 4, -2 hull, yep, there we go. Okay, and that's game over again. Hey, so that's me playing Deep Space D6, and I gotta tell you guys, I'm a big fan of this game. It's not like my new favorite game, but it's brilliant. Just the ease of which you can learn this game. I'd never watched any videos, I'd never watched any playthroughs, I had no idea how to play the game. I got it, I opened it, I read the rule book, and I was playing in probably under 10 minutes. I wasn't timing it, but it was very fast. And not like, oh, I'm sort of playing and I keep looking back at the rule book. No, like I fully understood the game and I was just playing, you know? And then every card that's doesn't quite make sense, there's just 2 pages in here that tell you exactly what that card does, and it gives you just more info instead of what's just on the card. And what's just on the card is plenty for you next time you see it, now that you've read the little paragraph in here about it. And that's it. That's it. And then the game, it's so small, you know, there's like almost nothing to this game, and yet it's so fun just with so few components, and I really love that. So many games I get now have way too many components, there's way too much to keep track of. Learning the game takes me all day. I watch videos, I read the rule book, I watch another video, I read the rule book again, I try to play a game, I play a tutorial scenario. This was just jump right in. I'm just playing in 10 minutes. And then the 4 ships, I've played as all the different ships because the game's so quick and so easy to just play over and over. And they're all different. They all play in unique and interesting ways. And it totally changes the game when you change the ship. So I think for me, in my collection, just based on how much I enjoy this game, I'm going to give it 8. Okay, so that's a good rating. I try to not rate games too high because a lot of people are like, you know, just every game is 8, 9, or 10. I don't want to do that. I try to give a lot of 5s to mediocre games. This is good. This is really good. I really enjoy playing this game, and I'm going to be playing it again. But more than that, I'm going to be recommending this game. You know, when people want a solitaire game, they're like, hey, I want to get into solo gaming. I know you play games solo a lot. What do you recommend? This. I recommend this. It's so easy to get started playing, and it's so much fun playing it. And, you know, a lot of people, when they're just trying to get into solo gaming, they don't want to spend all day learning how to play a game. This game, they can pick it up, read the rule book, 10-page rule book, they can read it in 10 minutes and be playing and see if they enjoy themselves or not. So I think really the game is pretty random, I would say, because the first 4 games I played, I just won easily through all of them. And I was going to say, you know, it's fun, you get to win a lot, and then the rulebook has suggestions for what you can do to increase the difficulty. But before I got around to increasing the difficulty, I wanted to go ahead and make my little video here. And I'm still playing on the easy difficulty, and you just saw me lose hard twice. I mean, the first one was just brutal, and then the second one was still pretty bad. I mean, I didn't finish the threat deck. You have to finish the threat deck and then beat the boss. You haven't even seen me pull out the capital ship and try to fight it. You know, it's pretty much the same as the rest of the game, but it is interesting how the capital ship sort of adds something to the game, because it's 6 cards that are all one ship, and you can like take off pieces of the ship, and you know, it's got a shield, and you kill that, but if your threat die rolls a 5, it comes back, and now it's the only thing you can attack before you can gain access to attacking the rest of the ship. It's really brilliantly done, and it really mixes up the game. Instead of, you know, if it was just the threat deck and just what you saw me doing, that would get pretty bland pretty quick, but having that boss at the end really adds a lot to the gameplay. But what I was getting at is, yeah, pretty random. You know, I win, I lose. I don't feel like I changed my strategy any. I don't feel like I made any terrible decisions in the games you saw me play in this video. I just had bad rolls. I kept rolling a lot of threat detected. You know, I mean, it's supposed to be 1 out of 6 on each die is a threat detected, and I'd roll 3 of them in one roll multiple times during those games. So it is what it is. I had some bad luck. I got destroyed. I'll have to get back out there and try again. So you have it. That's Deep Space D6, and I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to get into solo gaming. Unfortunately, right now, the availability is pretty bad. I'm putting this video out there anyway. Hopefully, they start printing more copies because it's a really brilliant game, and I would love it to be out on the market, available for people to pick up and get into solo gaming. I'll see you next time.